Now we're getting into the second part of chapter 2. That's going to be about the strategy of change. Okay, so improvement projects and improving operations and how to do a better job. Okay, so this is the big framework that we looked at the beginning of chapter 2, and we talk about this upper part: process structure, customer involvement, layouts, capital intensity, and resource flexibility. Now we're going to talk about this lower part, the strategies of change, or how to improve a process that exists, right? So on the top here, these are big decisions. These are things that are kind of more strategic level, or very long term, or at least medium to long term kind of decisions. And after you take those decisions and start working, and you're going to have problems that occur in your process, and then you're going to use these improvement process strategies here, continuous improvement. We're going to talk a lot about that, to actually make a little bit better than what you're doing. So you keep trying to do a better job all the time. And this is how we frame actually our Lean Six Sigma capstone consultant projects. So consultant projects are done as a process analysis improvement project, and companies do that all the time. They have teams that are dedicated to improve their process, of other people processes, right? So what is a process analysis? So it's a set of tools to identify opportunities and improvements, and then go there, look at the process, understand the problems, find out a better way to do the same thing, or to do not the same thing, right? To overall the same thing, the same goals achieved, but do that with less resources, or more efficiently, or creating more value to the customer. Okay, and that's what we call process analysis. So what are the steps of process analysis, right? So I'm going to, as we do that with our capstone consultant projects, and as I told you guys, I'm involved to 2 to 4 capstone consultant projects every semester, with a course that we have in the operation supply chain major, where we not only do the project with our partner companies, but we also make available for the students to do what we call Lean Six Sigma Green Belt certification. So a very well known and respected process improvement certification that usually people take 2, 3 years, or 4 years down the road in their career after they graduate, and our students actually have that certification. Sorry, when they graduate. So like I'm going to use one example we did with Atrium Healthcare. Again, another service, just not to talk too much about manufacturing. But one project we did with them was to improve their equipment cleaning process. So equipment like pumps, and IV pumps, and kind of supplemental equipment that needs to be with the patient. It's used by different departments in a hospital. Okay, and from one patient to another, it needs to be a cleaning of that equipment, right? Which is, for us, very kind of normal into this kind of after the pandemic knowledge that we kind of acquired, that we need to clean everything with very well. So they do the same thing with equipment. They've always done it. Okay. So the opportunity was to improve their process, trying to do that with better quality and with less resources possible. We looked at one hospital, so that's identifying opportunity. Step 2, defining the scope. So we looked at one hospital, that is the main hospital, CMC main hospital in Charlotte. So that was the scope of the project. There is about 20 people doing that job, just going to every floor. That hospital have like 8 different floors, and have 3 different buildings that are all connected. Well, step 3, we went there and we mapped the process. So we spend a lot of time with the students there, just following the people that work there, see what were the path that they go through, what was the route that they use to pick up the equipment, the dirty ones, and to replenish with the clean ones? How do they clean the equipment, right? How much time it takes, how many people, what was the productivity and all that, layout and all that. Then we evaluated performance. We calculate efficiency of that cleaning, how many people they're using, how much of that time was being used, how much time was actually just moving and walking, how much time was cleaning. So we did a whole evaluation of performance, and then we were able to identify a lot of improvement opportunities, right? So one thing that strike us is that they define the routes, and the routes have to be going to different floors. So like the same person, and there's 8 floors, the same person go to floor 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and then come back. And then another person just go to, same floors but different areas of the floor and stuff like that. So one thing that the team come up with and start thinking about, why don't one person do the whole floor, and then he doesn't have to take elevators, right? And on top of that, the team kind of realized that why do they need to go, the all the cleaning was done on the basement. Why do they need to go to the basement to do the cleaning? Why don't they just do the cleaning in that floor? Isn't that a room where they can clean and just do it? Go pick up the dirty ones, clean, and put the clean ones. So that lead time between taking a dirty one and putting a clean one was a lot faster. It takes usually days to go through the process, and if you do that, it will take like half an hour, 1 hour, right? And then you don't have to have much inventory of that equipment in each department, right? And that means that you have to have a lot less equipment there, or are able to offer that to a lot of patients, right? When you need the equipment, it's like the ventilators that everybody's talking about, right? When you need one, and that's actually equipment that you have to clean and do all that. When you need one, it have to be there, right? So you have to have inventory. So if you that loop of cleaning them and putting it back, if it's faster, you can get more patients, or you can actually have less equipment to do the same number of patients, right? So the implementation, we redesigned the process. We gave them the process. We designed all the routes. It was about 30% improvement there, and reduction of inventory as well. We gave them all that as suggestion, and they were responsible in this case to implement, right? To actually make the changes and change the routes and change the equipment. Okay, so that's an example of a process analysis, which is getting starting from an objective, do an improvement project to make that process do a better job. What does do a better job means? Is produce with less people, or quicker, or with better quality, or whatever performance, less cost, whatever performance metrics. And this is one path of the operation supply chain management career, for example. So it's like a consultant project within the company. There's plenty of people that does that and have that as their job, which is pretty exciting. That's what I did in my consulting, and still doing a lot. And it's very rewarding to help people do a better job in their work environment.